right now, let us just make this list workable. In order to make the list workable, let us go to the blocks section and create a variable which will be a list. So global list, let me just name it as list, and I'll create an empty list with this one. Drag this block and I will connect this one. So what does this do? It has created a variable which can be used throughout the blocks editor, and this variable is a list. I can add items to it, I can remove items from it, I can save it to a database, and I can do anything with that in any of the events that are added to this blocks editor, as it is a variable right now. So that's the purpose of the variable. And here, after initializing this list, I want to go to the button 2. I have forgotten to rename this one, which is a delete button. So I will rename it as delete. In the similar manner, I will change the name of the button 1. I will rename it as save and click on OK. We want an event to use in order to add the translated text in the list. So just click save button, and here at the top you can find an event saying when save clicked. So this event will be arised whenever the user clicks the save button. So when I just dragged and dropped this save button, I can make use of it in order to make the changes whenever the save button will be clicked. What we have to do is that we want to add the translated text. We want to add the translated text to the list. It should be saved there. And hence, I will go to LISTVIEW 1, and in this I will try to find the blocks with the help of which I can add the elements. But instead of doing it directly, first of all we have to make changes to the variable list that we have created. The list view is different from the variable list that we have created. The list, which is a variable, is created directly in the block section. It has not been created in the designer section. It is created here, and the changes will be made to this list within the blocks. And after the changes are made, every time the changes is made, we will set all the elements present in this list as the elements of this list view 1 in order to display them. So first of all, what we have to do is that we have to make use of the list block. Just click on the list option here present in the built-in blocks, and there you can find add items to the list item is available there. When you keep the cursor on it, it will show you a comment saying adds item to the end of the list. So it actually adds the item to the end of the list, and hence whenever this new item will be added, it will be available at the bottom of the list. But instead we want the item to be present at the top of the list, and hence we want some other block to be used here, and that will be the insert list item list index. So the block that we should use will be this block, which is insert list item. When you drag this block and connect it to this one, the sockets available here asks you about the list, to which list the particular item should be added, the index, the position where, either to the first position, to the second position, or any other position. You should provide the index where the particular item should be added in the list, and the item itself. So we have the list here, which is the variable which we have created. In order to get the blocks related to the variable, you have to just keep the cursor on it, and it will give you two blocks saying get global list and set global list. We have to use the get global list block when you want to tell other block that this is the list which is to be used, and the set option should be used when you want to make changes to the items present in the particular list. So now we have assigned this socket, the list socket, with the variable list that we have created. Now we have to add the index. The index is 1. We want to add at the first position. We want to add it at the first place, so add the number 1, and after that in the item section we want to add the text itself. So let us go to from language, The from language will have a text. So I will drag it. And even we should also have the to language text. We want to join them. We want to add both these texts as a single item. So you have to access the block called join from the text option available here. And at the top, you can find the join block. So I have just added this join block to the item socket. And for this, I will add the from language text and even the to language text. So this will show us in the app as a combined text in the list. So we have inserted a particular item into the list at the first position. Let us test how our app will be. So there is a lot of work to do in order to translate the text. But before going to that phase, let us create a perfect functionable list for our app.